What's up everybody, it's KelseeBrianaJai here with an exciting review. I got my hands on Fenty Beauty. It just dropped today. Today is September 8th, 2017 and I was there first thing in the morning to grab the line, and I was there for like 2 or 3 hours. Me and my poor boyfriend, he was there helping me swatch things, take pictures, and I was going in and out of Sephora taking pictures in natural lighting. I have swatches of the entire line for anybody who is curious. If you don't live next to a Sephora, hopefully this helps you, and if you're a person who likes to shop online, I hope this video is a good reference for you all. So let's go over everything in the line, and I'm going to start off with the foundations. I grabbed a foundation. I believe this is probably the pride and joy of the line. There are 40 different colors, which is very impressive. As we know nowadays, companies like to come out with 10, 15 foundations just to test the waters and see what sells. No, Fenty Beauty came out with 40 different colors, so I applaud them for that. However, I did have a hard time finding my exact match. I was there, I swatched all the colors, and I finally settled on this one. This one is the color 340. Now, what I found swatching all of the colors is that a lot of the foundations lean very orange or very warm toned. Now, if you're a person who is an NW in MAC, this is going to be good for you. If you're a person who wears NC and MAC, it means that it's not going to be yellow enough, so it may oxidize and turn a little bit oranger on you. Now, I do have it on now, and I feel like I was able to work it out and make it work. You know what I mean? I am a makeup artist, so. But for those of you all who aren't, you may have a hard time, you know, finding your foundation match and making it look pretty and suitable for yourself. So definitely Rihanna and her team looked at the overall scope. So to me, that's a step in the right direction to get women of color to be able to have a foundation shade in Sephora. Like, not to mix, but to just be able to go in and buy one. So here's the packaging. It is gray toned. It's very different. It's a la Rihanna. This is what I expected her packaging to look like. Something like this. On here it says Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, and this one is called Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. So on the box it says that this is a medium to full coverage for all longwear lightest air. So I have the foundation on now. It does feel very light. I was able to build up the amount of coverage that I wanted, and it gave me full coverage, and I went in with about 3.5 to 4 pumps to give me this. I feel like it looks nice. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It doesn't have a distinctive smell. The packaging is a glass bottle. It's frosted, and then the top is white. I'm not partial to white packaging for makeup, but they say to shake this up and then apply it. I am going to do a demonstration with this so that way you guys can see how it applies. So to go along with this, they did actually release a sponge which you can apply your makeup with, as well as a brush. The brush was pretty. It was like that nudish pink, very long handled. It came to a tip, and then the sponge was very soft, and it probably expands when you apply water. I passed on both of those items, but those are options if you want to stay within the Fenty line when looking at tools to apply the actual foundation. Moving on to eyes. So I did an eye look in this video, and I actually used the highlighters from the collection, and that's because she didn't have any eyeshadows as of yet. I used the highlighter Trophy Wife. This one is a very intense gold highlighter. So it's packaged in an opalescent compact. It's printed, it says Fenty Beauty, and then when you open, it's kind of hard to open up the compacts. Like, I'm really afraid that I'm gonna break a nail. It does have a mirror, and in it is stamped FB for Fenty Beauty, and it is very, very pigmented. So one swipe, you're gonna get full color. And I did swatches of all of them. I did not pick up all of the highlighters. Now, you can use this multi-purposefully. So I put it on my eyes. Of course, you can put it on the high planes of your cheeks. You can put it on your body. Like, you can do a lot of stuff with it. So these are called the Kilowatt Freestyle highlighters. Now, some of them come with single colors, and some of them have split pans, and they have 2 colors. So this one is one of the single ones, and this is $34, and it has 0.28 ounces of product, or 8 grams, and this color is described as a 3D hyper metallic gold, and that it is. The other single highlighter, I didn't get it. It's called Metal Moon, and this one is described as a mega fine white gold. And then there's 4 split pans. I got 2 of the 4. I got the color Mean Money / Hustler Baby, which is described as a soft champagne sheen / supercharged peachy champagne shimmer, and in each pan it has 0.12 ounces of product, or 3.5 grams of product in each pan. And then they have the color Ginger Binge / Moscow Mule, which is described as a soft copper sheen / supercharged copper shimmer. And I have that one on my cheeks now. Now that one is a little bit deeper, so that'll be great if you are deeper complected and you're looking for a nice highlight. Now I have it on right now and I think it looks pretty. I'm wearing it like as a blush more so than I am a highlighter, to give me a little bit of color, because also in the line Rihanna does not have any blushes. We have the color Girl Next Door / Chic Freak, which is described as a soft pink sheen / supercharged peachy pink shimmer. Now this one was absolutely gorgeous. However, the side that is the Girl Next Door side, it was a little bit too light for me, so again I left it. But the Chic Freak on the other side was absolutely stunning. It did have a little bit of glitter in it. Even though these have glitter in them, they're so finely milled that it's not going to look just like a mess on your cheeks, so I am a fan. And then lastly we have Lightning Dust / Fire Crystal, and this one is described as a soft pearlescent sheen / supercharged pearlescent shimmer. And this will be perfect for you guys who are very fair complected and you have a hard time finding pretty highlighters, because they are so light, so those didn't work for me at all. Moving on to the lip gloss. So this is the Soul lip product that was released in Fenty Beauty. I have it on right now. It is called the Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer, and this one is in the color Fenty Glow, which is described as a shimmering rose nude. Now I have it on now. In my opinion, it has a very subtle hint of pigment, but to me it's just more so clear. This is one of those glosses you can just keep it in your purse if you need to throw something on, or if you want to add something on top of your lips. If you have on a nude lipstick and you need like a little bit of gloss, this will be something. It smells like cherry candy or like Airheads, which I don't mind that. It's something different than the typical vanilla scent. The formula feels good. It's in between a thick and a thin gloss, so it's like that in between consistency that a lot of people like. I haven't worn it for an extended amount of time, so I can't really comment on the wear time of it, but it feels like one of those glosses that it'll wear off within the next hour or two, so it doesn't feel very long wearing at all. But I don't care about that. I don't mind reapplying my glosses as long as it looks glossy. And this one retails for $18 and it has 0.3 ounces of product or 9 milliliters of product. I got a trio and this retails for $54. You can buy these individually for $25, but they are magnetized, and I think that that was a really cute touch to it. She put them in trios for like a shimmery highlight, a concealer, and then a contour. There are different variations of the trios. They have a light trio, they have a medium trio, they have a tan trio, and they have a deep trio. So I got the tan trio, and this one comes with the colors caramel, truffle, and rum. Each product, it comes with 0.25 ounces or 7.1 grams of product. The matchstick can be used for a lot of different things. On some people, the color truffle may be your actual concealer shade. So just depending on what you need to use it for, you can use it for a contour, you can use it for a highlight. And then the ones with the shimmer are all used for highlights, and they have different colors for those. They have more fun colors that didn't come with the trio. In the trios, they had like the more neutral colors, so like the gold and the champagne and the lighter ones. But then they have individual ones that are like purple, and they have really fun colors. So that would be good for you guys that like a cream highlight. I personally don't gravitate towards cream highlighters. I used it today. It gave a nice subtle look, but these are very natural. I really like the packaging. It has FB on top, and then it has that nude color. It has a substantial amount of weight, as do the other products in the collection. And then she came out with a primer. I personally don't use primer on a daily basis. If you guys watch my channel, you know that. But this primer is called the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, and it's described as a shine stopping pore diffusing primer that smooths for a way better foundation application and longer wear with an instant retouch effect. So it says nothing is sexier than touch worthy skin. So this is really for people who have larger pores and they need to fill in their pores before they do the foundation. If you're a person who likes primer, report back and let me know what you guys think about it if you've tried it. She also came out with an Invisimatte blotting powder. So it is a white powder, and you can use that to touch up and to absorb the oils on your skin. And she also has like blotting sheets, so if you're a person who gets really oily, I would say get the blotting sheets and absorb the oil and then go over it with the blotting powder to really bring that shine back down. And then lastly, Rihanna came out with a plethora of brushes. Like I already said, she came out with the foundation brush, and it's like a kabuki style, very compact brush, and so it's going to let you get the maximum amount of coverage and buff it in. And then she came out with a cheek hugging highlight brush, and this one is the 120 brush. This one retails for $32, and this is what she says to use for your highlight. It's supposed to hug the curvature of your cheeks to give you that perfect highlight. Brushes have synthetic hairs and they're like pinkish, so it'd be pretty if you're a collector. However, I don't feel like I would really use those brushes enough to warrant me purchasing them. And then she had retractable brushes for travel, so if you're a person who is always on the go, these would be good to throw in your purse, or if you're traveling, you can take them with you. So she has the touch-up brush, the 130, which is a slanted buffer brush, so you can use this for touching up your powder or your blush or whatever you want to use it for. This one is a pretty diverse brush. And then she has the portable contour and concealer brush, which is the 150 brush. It looks a lot like the full body foundation brush, except for it's a little bit more compact and it's smaller. And lastly, she has the portable highlighter brush, which is the 140 brush, so you can use this to apply your highlighter. You can also use this for your powder if you want to keep it in your purse or in your makeup bag whenever you're on the go. But that's everything from the lines. I'm ready to see her add more into the line, so I need to see eyeshadows, I need to see blushes, I would like to see a lash from Rihanna, because we know that Rihanna slays. Rihanna comes with a look. Like, she's not a person who just kind of kills it. Sometimes Rihanna kills it all the time. I need a complete look. Just like she gives looks, I need this to give a look. I'm interested to see what she adds on to it going forward. So for now, I'm going to jump into the demonstration and you guys tell me what you all think. I do add more of my opinion in on certain products as I'm using them, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and enjoy. First things first, let's do our foundation. So it says shake well, so I'm going to shake it up. It sounds more liquidy than it does thick. I'm going to apply this with an actual brush today. I'm going to use a MAC 170 brush, and I'm going to pump out, that's about 2 pumps. It's going on smooth. It's just the color. You can see on this side how I'm more yellow and this side has turned me orange. It's blending in nice though. It's about a medium coverage foundation. And also, I was playing with these at Sephora today on my face. They do dry a little bit darker than they do go on initially. So just make sure you keep that in mind when picking a color. It feels pretty good on the skin. Kind of by itself gives a demi matte finish, and it's described as a soft matte. And I was able to build it up to get this amount of coverage with 4 pumps. And it's very even. It's not clinging onto dry spots on my face. I do have a bit of a breakout on my cheeks here, and it doesn't really emphasize that. I need to neutralize this, so I'm going to go in with the Matchstick Trio. I picked the tan trio, so I'm going to use this as a concealer. I'm going to go in with Caramel, which I think is more so suitable for my complexion than my foundation, because it's not really highlighting, it's just giving me back my normal color. And I'm going to take this underneath my eye, so I'm just going to blend this in with the same brush. It's blending out really nicely. It's a lightweight concealer. I still see my imperfections on my face. It's a very natural like concealer. So it's not adding too much texture at all. It is blending out really nicely. That looks pretty nice. Now I'm going to go in with the color Truffle, which is a matchstick. This looks like a really like warm tone contour color. Now, depending on your shade, you may be able to use this as a concealer. I'm gonna try to keep this pretty concentrated to not make a mess. That's actually really pretty. It's really pretty. May have gone down a little bit too low, but that actually blended really nicely. I'm gonna go back with a little bit of my concealer to clean it up because I blended it down a little bit too low. But that gave a really like natural contour. Before I set that, I'm going to go in with the cream highlighter. This one is in the color Rum. So what I'm gonna do is, I want that to be on the high planes of my cheeks. It's very subtle. I like that it didn't disturb my makeup, because sometimes with these cream highlights, it basically lifts up all the product that you've already applied, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't really use cream highlighters. That looks really pretty. It's like a nice natural glow. So like if I were going to the beach and I didn't want to do too much, I would do a highlighter like this, or like, you know, gym makeup. But they gave a nice glow to the skin. So I need to set my face with a little bit of powder. And by the powder from her line, because it's a translucent powder and it's like a blotting powder. Rihanna's line was jam-packed with highlighters. I picked up 3 of them, and I'm going to use some of them as eyeshadow. So I definitely think Trophy Wife is the star of her collection, like honestly. So I'm gonna put that on my lids. I have a MAC 242 brush, and it's very, very soft to the touch, and it's very pigmented. So as you can see, if you don't feel comfortable wearing this just on your face, then you can put it on your lid, because it's so sparkly and it's so finely milled, and I really like that about this highlighter. Like, it's just fun. Next, I have the Kilowatts Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Mean Money and Hustler Baby. This one is going to be like your more traditional highlighter, so like the softer gold. So I'm going to take this side here, and I want that underneath my brow. Same brush. I just wiped it off a little bit, and this is going to highlight right here, because it's a very soft and subtle highlight. On this side, this one is a softer gold, so I'm going to take that and put that on my very inner tear duct. So I zoomed you in so you can see a little bit better. So this is what the highlighters look like on my lid. So I'll be right back after I finish my eyes. I also purchased in the Kilowatts Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. So I'm going to take a little bit of Moscow Mule with my Anastasia A23 brush. Ginger Binge, I actually am going to use this as my blush, since she didn't have any blushes. And this one is too dark for me for a highlight, but it'll be like a glowy blush. But I definitely am going to go back and layer a little bit of Hustler Baby as my highlight on top to give even more pop. I like how these are blending out and not looking ashy or too stark. It just kind of melts into the skin. For the Soul lip color, I'm going to go in with Fenty Glow lip gloss. So it has a longer doe foot. It kind of smells like cherries or like cherry candy. It doesn't give too much of a color at all. So this will be something I'll use more so as a topper. So here's the final look using the products. So overall, I think the look that I created, it turned out nice. My favorite thing that I got from the collection were definitely the highlighters. I feel like they were very well made. They give a nice glow. They're not powdery. They go on very smooth. They don't emphasize any bumps, texture, hair, anything like that on the face. They almost look wet-like, so I really like those. The most unique thing from the collection is Trophy Wife. So This one, to me, it just automatically stood out. I was at the display probably 2 hours just watching and like playing, familiarizing myself with the brand, and every single person that walked up, they all gravitated towards this. So that is everything. Let me know if you'll be grabbing anything from the collection. It's always very exciting when new collections launch. I'm looking forward to see what she creates in the future. But until then, let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. I'm very curious to know what you guys think, like very, very curious. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will check you all in my very next video. Smooches. Bye.